body. If you remember the last video, I completely disassembled the air box down into its base components. And now it's just a matter of cleaning everything up. The whole inside of it is lined with this butyl strip caulk. I always heard it referred to as dum-dum. It's kind of a nickname for it. This stuff is like crazy sticky. This is the same stuff I believe that was on the quarter windows of the car. Now because that was a painted surface, I actually got this stuff into a ball like this, and I could use it to tack onto it and would pull the stuff right off the window. I am not having that kind of luck on this. It is just stuck to that plastic some kind of good. You can see my pile of crap over there that I've taken off some of the other components. So basically I'm just stuck in here scraping this stuff out, and it is a mess. So that's what I'm going to be doing for a while. Stripping this stuff off of here as much as I can. And then I'm going to come back with some type of degreaser or cleaner or something to get the fine stuff off that I just can't get with the scraper. And that's all this is. It's just gunk. So this is my life right now. The ugly part of restoration. Alright, well that's most of the heavy stuff. So I think now, good night. Tell you what, if this is from the factory, move this out of the way. This is what the factory put in. I can tell you right now, they were very, very interested in keeping this thing sealed. I mean, this just, it's a bunch, holy cow. It was way more than what I think it needed to seal that box up. But anyway, if you're restoring cars, we already know you're a glutton for punishment, so this is just grunt work. Oh, that's all it is, just clean up stuff. So I think I've got the majority of the heavy stuff off, and now I think I'm going to try to use a test piece, and then I don't know, I've got some acetone. I'm not sure if that'll be good for plastic. I might look and see what's the best thing to get this this butyl stuff off. What's left, the residue on there that I couldn't scrape off. So that's where I go next. And I think I found my product. So if you can look, hope you can see this, there's a bare spot right in the middle. This whole thing right here is just like a layer of that butyl that I couldn't get off. I mean, you scrape most of it off, but there's just residue that's left. And this stuff is, let me touch the edge here. It's horrible. It's just like, it's almost like grease, but it's worse because it won't wipe off. I found this. It's Goo Gone, and it's for its automotive version of it. And it says it can get off gum and bird droppings, tree sap, and asphalt. I'm thinking, yeah, if I can get all this stuff off, it's pretty good. It's supposed to be safe. It smells like oranges, which is a positive. It doesn't smell like some horrible stinking chemical. And it's plastic safe. So I'm going to try this. So you saw I've already got this stuff on my finger, and once you get this on you, you got to wipe to get it off. I mean, pretty hard. So I've got some of this stuff soaked on a towel. That's my finger. Literally, it dissolves this stuff. I mean, this magic, I mean, that comes right off. So, I sat it down and got it on the back. So I tried it on an area of this, and that's this bare spot in the middle. And literally, I wiped it, and no pressure at all. I just basically, nice, gentle circle like this, and literally took the stuff right off. Very impressed. Let me see if I can do a little spot over here. So literally, and I'm not even doing it the way the instructions say. The instructions say you're supposed to dab this stuff on and get the surface wet and let it sit and actually work. And I've just moistened this stuff on the cloth, and wipe it down. And I mean, it takes this stuff right off. I'm loving this. So it's plastic safe. I'm trying it on a spot inside here where it's not going to, you know, if something goes wrong, I want it to be on the inside here where I can fix it and no one's ever going to see this part. But man, I mean, it literally wipes it right off. Now the instructions say once you're done, wash the area down with warm water and soap. And I've just got a little container here. It's just a rag with some hot water that I've been using just on this test spot to see if it works. And I got to tell you, I'm very impressed. And my hands smell like oranges. No chemical smell. Look at that. If you can see the difference, it just took that whole area right off, and it was nothing but this layer of gunk that I could not move. This is good. So I'm going to spare you guys all the elbow grease because literally I've got to do the entire perimeter of this seal on this, and I've got the top plate on that needs to be cleaned, and about 5 other pieces that had a bunch of heavy gunk on it. So first I'm going to get all the butyl off, and then we're going to go outside and I'm going to use some type of large container, and I'm going to do hot water and soap, and then I'm going to scrub most of the stuff off that I can. And then I think we'll be ready for refinishing some of the surfaces and then putting it back together. So that's good. Very, very happy with that. Look at that. I mean, that literally, you can see the ring around what I scrubbed and what I didn't. And all this stuff over here, it's still this crappy, sticky, gummy stuff, and it comes right off. Love it. One down, bunch to go. Man, they did a great job. Stuff is down to literally nothing. It's just plastic now. It's great. All the goo's gone. Love it. So before I scrub this piece, I'm going to take the blower motor and this blower resistor out just to make it easier to clean. The blower resistor was 7mm and all the blower motor screws are 1/4 inch. So if you're replacing the blower motor, be careful with this hose. This hose is a vent to keep the motor itself cool. There's also one lead over here. It's your ground lead, and it bolts right to the outside case here, the blower motor. You don't have to take that one loose because it's not holding it in. The hole that it goes into on this side is bigger than the screw. So it's there literally just to hold that ground strap on. So if you're replacing the blower motor, don't forget this. You're going to have to take this off and transfer it to your new one. And now we can do some cleaning. And like with the other one, I'm going to sit this off to the side and actually let this citrus stuff do its work. So for this bottom piece, I've actually taken the wiring harness on either side, since I don't want to try to take that out and mess something up, but I've just bagged it on either side just to kind of keep as much of the moisture off this as I can. So let me wet this one down, let it soak, and then by the time I do this one, the other one should be ready to get scrubbed. One piece to go. This is the cold, warm blend door. And then I'll be done, finally. So I guess this is a word of warning for you. In case you're doing this yourself and you're using that Goo Gone stuff, after scrubbing everything down, it's left the piece looking chalky. Now I don't know if I hit it with like an Armor All wipe or something like that, if that would just kind of come off. I don't know if it's just some residual stuff left over, or if it actually maybe bleached it a little bit or discolored the plastic. And I will let you know once I get into final clean and prep. And for me, I don't care, because the inside pieces you're never going to see, and the outside pieces I plan to clean, scuff, put on a coat of Bulldog adhesion promoter, and then I'm going to paint it the same color as the firewall, which is going to be the Eastwood Underhood Black. So I hit it twice with Armor All and then dried it off. And it definitely kind of got it back to like a normal kind of plastic color that it was before. But it's still, I can tell that the finish is almost like it's dulled from the Goo Gone. And I don't know whether that's the Goo Gone or if it's the Dawn dishwashing detergent and hot water, the soapy wash down afterwards. I'm not sure. So be aware of that if you're doing like the top cover or something that's going to be seen. Maybe washing the whole thing down with that, maybe not a good idea if you want to like keep that original plastic looking color. I'm not sure. But I'm just going to use Armor All. I'm just going to hit all of this just to make sure that the exterior is kind of protected, I guess. Try to like maybe moisturize it in a way just to make sure that it's not dried out or anything. But it changed the sheen. It's like a little duller now. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm painting mine, so the exterior is going to be the same color as the firewall, so it's not going to matter. Well, I've spent a lot of time and a lot of video doing the scrub and clean and everything on this, and I think by the time, even when I edit it, it's going to be a little long. So I'm going to stop it here, and then we'll do a third part of actually putting the thing back together. So that's it for now, guys. See you later.